Hi everybody, welcome to the vlog and welcome to Moscow, Russia. Today I'm gonna head into Red Square and see if we can see Mr. Putin. Pretty sure he won't be there, but we'll go and see the Red Square area. We'll have a bit of a walk around. So if you've been following the vlog, you'll obviously realize that I'm no longer in Bali. I'm also no longer dressed like I'm in Bali. Gone are the shorts and flip-flops. Gone is the suntan lotion, and we're in the cold, frigid air of Moscow now. So let's go along and check out the Red Square. From here I'm basically going to catch a bus, I'm going to catch the metro, and we're going to walk right up to Red Square. So come along and let's check it out. Here we are at the first stop after catching the bus. We're just about to catch the metro now. Basically just behind me is the steps down to the metro, and then we're going to go about 12 stops and we're going to get off at the station, which is within about 500 meters of Red Square. So let's go along, shall we, and get the metro. Just before I go down to catch the train, I just thought I'd point out that just next to the station here, they're building a huge shopping center. Now, I was actually here in February and March, and it's come a long way in 8 months, let me tell you. And it's right next to this metro station, so this is going to be a very popular shopping center. So there's actually a bus station right here as well, so it's a pretty busy kind of place to come and go from. So this is basically the first metro station on this line, the red line that we're going to catch. Everybody comes and goes through here quite a lot. So yeah, so it's actually in Russian, but it's called Salareva, and that shopping center is going to be called Salareva Park once it opens. I'm not sure when. It's probably another 3 or 6 months away, I think. This is the map for the red line that we're going to catch. So we're going to get on at that first stop. You can't probably quite see it just here. Then it points out all the connecting trains. So you can catch the 14, the 5, the 3, the 9, the 4. And hopefully you've got some good understanding of Russian, because everything is definitely not in English. And here comes our train now. This is actually the last stop on this line, or basically the first stop going the other direction. So best thing about it is you'll always get a seat.
This is a change here for Jack Harvest.
Now I wonder if you're curious at what we're looking at here. This is actually a McDonald's. It's actually right next door to KFC. And if I spin around, that is part of the Red Square and the Kremlin right there. So for anybody that's curious about the east meets the west, it is not even 200 meters away from each other. So there's a great park here now. Obviously coming into winter, they don't have the water running here, but this is normally a nice, beautiful water feature here. Being that it's sort of the end of autumn coming into winter now. They've kind of switched off the water because it basically freezes over. But that is McDonald's right there. Symbol of the West meets the East. And this is the famous walk up to Red Square right here. It's a little bit busy today. This is kind of a work day now that I'm on. I didn't come over the weekend because we stayed at home just to relax after the flight back from Bali. But the one thing that's always noticeable around the center of Moscow is the security. And just to get up to the Red Square there now, you've got the metal detectors checkpoint. So we'll make our way through that and we'll head up the walkway to the Red Square. Now I know security around the world is very much a big thing nowadays, but they don't really check a whole lot. I think it's really more as a deterrent for people who think they can bring things into the Red Square, because they basically just do a little bit of a basic bag check. And we head on up, and here we are. Now it's a kind of a nice walk up. It's actually a great day today. It's a little bit cold, but it's nice and sunny. Blue skies everywhere after crazy fog this morning when I woke up. But we'll go and have a walk around. So I've walked up to the Red Square, and what's more patriotic than coming and seeing a tank display and people taking their photos with the guys, kids climbing on the tanks, and yeah, it's crazy. There is literally thousands of people here in the Red Square at the moment. They tend to have like a weekly kind of an exhibition here, and this week it's tanks. So what better way to kind of show off the nuclear might of Russia and see tanks everywhere and people taking selfies of them. It's just, I don't know, can I say it's funny? I don't know. It's definitely different to see people, showing pride in the Russian military, I guess. Checking out all of the jeeps and motorbikes, and these are obviously all ex-military as well. They're not current military, I don't think. They look like kind of more museum pieces, but everybody's so prided at seeing so much Russian hardware, I guess. Is that the right word? So yeah. Now I'm going to kind of walk around a little bit more, and it's pretty cool, I think, to see all these tanks here. And basically the kids climbing on top of the tanks. So check out that. You can see there the kids wanting to take their photos. Yeah. These tanks are some serious piece of equipment. They're all basically ex-military, but it's everyone's so proud to kind of take photos with them and stand on top of them, and right here in Red Square. So I think it's pretty cool to see them. Now, I have actually been to a tank museum in Russia. There is one actually very close to where I'm staying, the town is called Kubinka, and it has the largest display of military tanks in the world in one place. So yeah, and these guys are pointing out all of the features of the tank and things like that, so it's pretty cool. And we have over here what? It's a bit of a sing-along. I've no idea what they're singing, but it seems that even the local TV stations have come out to check out the exhibit. This guy's climbing up on the tanks. It's pretty cool. I think it's every guy's like great dream to play with tanks and get on top of them and climb on them. And So yeah. I just thought I'd stop at a little memorial by the Kremlin. It's called the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and then you'll see the flame there. It's called the Eternal Flame, and it basically symbolizes the military that had fallen during particularly First and Second World War, and the Russians fought in. They do a changing of the guard every hour, so I'm going to catch that in the next scene for you. It's it kind of is a little bit quiet here now because it's just in the early afternoon, so it's getting a little bit dark early here today. Yeah, it's a very poignant little spot here. When people come here, they kind of reflect on, I guess, the war's past. So it's kind of I think it's a neat spot to come to. I've seen this lots of times, the changing of the guard. It happens on the top of every hour, basically from about, I think it's 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. I believe. So yeah, I hope it has a bit of a meaning to some people. Obviously the Russian military fought in a lot of wars, and a lot of it I don't fully understand. I'm trying to learn a little bit more Russian history while I'm here, but it's definitely something to check out if you're here in Moscow. It's right next to the Red Square. You can see the walls right behind me, and those guards that stand there. Okay everybody, so for the last part of the vlog I thought I'd bring you to the local supermarket and we'll get some items and we'll have a walk around and check out the prices of the fruit and vegetables and show you how cheap it is here in Moscow. So let's go, shall we? And we're going to check out Ashan. So one of the things you'll notice about Ashan is just the sheer size of the place. This is the fruit and vegetable area here, and it's just huge. So we've got the frozen section here, and then there's the dairy. Yeah, so let's have a look, shall we? I don't know what people are interested in, so we'll just have a look at a few different things. As much as I can understand all of the Russian, so I'll just give you an idea. So 48 rubles is $1 Australian, and 69 rubles is $1 US. So let's work on Australian money. So that's a kilo of onions for about 80 cents. Oranges are just about $2 a kilo. Let's have a look. Everybody's favorite thing in Russia is potatoes, and they're only 17 rubles, which is about 25 cents a kilo. And everything you actually have to weigh yourself here. You put it on the scales, you get yourself a sticker, you figure out what number it is. So basically this is 211, and then you put the number in and it gives you a sticker, and it's all based on honesty, which is kind of pretty cool. So these are the kind of the unwashed potatoes, that's why they're so cheap. And the washed potatoes are about 31 rubles, is about 80 cents a kilo. And then there's some here for around about 60 cents a kilo, so it's a little bit cheaper for unwashed potatoes. Apples are just about $1 a kilo for apples. And then let's have a look around. Grapes are kind of in season, but they don't have a good selection of grapes at the moment, but these are the ones I've been buying here, and they're about $1.30 a kilo, 76 rubles. Now the funniest thing here is these ones are from South Africa. You guys can see the flag right there with South African grapes. Pears, so about $3 a kilo for pears. And bananas are always good. And bananas are about $1.30 a kilo. And they're good bananas too, everybody loves bananas. What else is everybody buying? Mandarins. 38 rubles for a kilo, which is just under $1 a kilo. And they come in a nice bag to carry home as well. Kiwi fruits. I'm not sure which sign is for kiwi fruit, but that's about $2 a kilo for kiwi fruits. And more oranges. Is that Egypt? I'm not sure which flag that is. You guys can let me know in the comments what flag it is, but that's more different types of oranges for just about $2 a kilo. So that's the fruit and vegetables. Oh, you guys like pomegranates? $2 a kilo for pomegranates. And the famous Christmas oranges, which kind of look cool with these leaves on them at the same time. They're about $2.20 a kilo for Australian currency. So don't forget, it's just about 48 rubles for an Australian dollar and 67 rubles for US dollars. Let's keep walking around and we'll see what else we can see, shall we? I just came over to the bread section, so if anybody's upset about the price of bread in Australia or where they live, a loaf of sliced bread here is about 40 cents. And you can get unsliced bread for about the same price. There's lots of different types of bread here. It's kind of crazy how many types of bread you can get. I never realized there were so many different types in one place. So yeah, pretty much any loaf of bread is under $1 for a loaf of bread. And there is a huge bakery back behind the bread here. You get these French breadsticks, or I guess they're Russian breadsticks, for 14 rubles. So that's about 20 or 30 cents. 50 cents for the big ones. So as much bread as you like, basically. And again, nothing's really more than about $1 to $1.50 for a loaf of bread. We've got some of the fancier breads over here. So yeah, so bread is cheap, let me say. And it's a very huge bakery back there where they're making it all. The other very big area in Ashan here is the salami and meat section. This is all the cold cut meats. So there's basically 4 aisles of meats. So there's a ton of, I guess, deli hams, we'd call them at home. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a lady doing tasting right there. And then the aisles just kind of go on and on and on. So it's a kind of different salamis and different bolognas, I guess they're called. I'm not so good with names of different types of hams and meats, but there's a lot of types of hams here. There's some bacon there, I think that is. So yeah, so the amount of deli hams is just kind of crazy here. A lot of milk and yogurt here. There's an entire aisle of only different types of milks. And then cheeses and yogurts again. It's very busy here in the supermarket. So this is the cheese section over here. And cheese is, now the one thing, don't forget with a lot of Russia, it's still in a lot of sanctions with different countries, so you're not going to find too many European cheeses here. It's mostly all Russian cheese, which according to my wife, they're not very tasty. They're still not cheap, but they're not very tasty. There is still a lot of types of cheese though. And then you've got the fish right here. That's $14 a kilo for the fresh fish. Not sure what type of fish they are, but then this is all a different dried fish right here, and then fillet fish, and then they've got salmon. They love their dried fish in Russia. It seems to be a big popular thing. It's just something I don't like at all, but everybody seems to love them so much. And then there is even the caviar, the very famous Russian caviar. More caviar. By the can, and then they've got it by weight as well, so there's different types. More dried fish, and then there is basically salmon here, lots of imported and local salmon. So this is a huge supermarket, by the way. Let me just tell you, it's actually, this is the second level. This is the lower level, which is the food areas. And then upstairs is the homeware area of the shop as well. So, and then this is my favorite area coming up, all of the candy and sweets and lollies. And I'm going to show you the aisle with the tea. And I think I'm going to finish off by showing you the aisle with the tea and coffee, because this is kind of cool, I think. So this is the tea aisle, which is, compared to Australia, it's an entire aisle of only different teas. Russian people seem to love their tea. Where is the coffee? Is the coffee on this side, or is this the biscuits? Yeah, this is all of the biscuits and snacks. And there's an entire aisle of biscuits. And I think the coffee aisle must be around the other side. So we've got things on special here in the middle as well. This is the coffee section here. You'll see all the ladies deciding which coffee they like. Coffee everywhere here. Let's just have a walk through and see all the choices. And this is an entire aisle of only coffee. Let's have a look at the checkouts. And then I'm going to get to the end of this so I can actually do my shopping. The only thing I've bought so far is cream, call them cream donuts. I'm not sure what they call them there. Kind of a croissant with cream inside. And this is the checkout area here, which you can't even see the end of the checkouts. It goes probably to about 50 or 60 checkouts at the very end there. So that concludes shopping at Ashan. And I was helped at checkout number 62. So there's a fast checkout area over here, and then all of the normal checkouts, which is checkout number 57 down to 1 in the very distance. And there isn't too many that are closed out of the whole supermarket. So this is the fast aisle here where all the ladies are, and just basically where you've got a small basket, not the big supermarket baskets. Okay, so that concludes shopping at Ashan here in Moscow, and this will also be the end of the vlog for today. Now, if you might notice, the weather has changed quite a bit from earlier on. It's gone very cloudy, and it doesn't look like rain, it's just gone very cloudy. Now I'm going to try to get home on the metro here without getting lost. I do know the way. I just have to make sure I get on the right. I've got to catch 3 metros here. I've got to catch one to one stop, change to another train for one stop, and then the red line home to Salareva, where we started the vlog, and then the bus down to Aprelivka. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you like the vlog. If you like watching the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and check out some of the other videos on the channel. If you're a previous watcher, thanks for coming back. I hope you enjoy watching my time not on cruise ships. So yeah, thanks everybody. Catch you later.